Joining us now is Jack Nicklaus, who joins us from Augusta. Jack, good morning. How are you?
Hey, Dan. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Where are you at Augusta right now?
Well, I'm sitting in a room just off of the trophy room.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Do you still have a locker there?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay. What's in that locker right now?
Not much. I would imagine mail that's come in from off-site that's sent to me at Augusta every year, and we have a champions locker, which all the champions have, and then we have the normal members locker room, which I have a locker in the locker room too.
Oh, I saw where you had issues with security just getting into Augusta.
No, I didn't have any issues.
Well, they were stopping you.
That was what I couldn't understand what you're talking about. We had a funny guy. He came in. He said, "Well, I gotta scan your thing." And he looked at it. He looked at me and he says, "I don't think I need to scan that."
Well, there were like 5 checkpoints there. There was like 5 checkpoints to get in, going up Magnolia Lane there for you.
Yeah, it was all right. That's the way it goes, and I think security is important anywhere today.
Did you watch the 86 special last night on the Golf Channel? Had you seen it before it aired last night?
No, I have not seen it, and it was. I didn't see it last night. We were in the Masters dinner last night at that time.
Oh, it was well done.
We were sitting there. We're sitting there with telling jokes and having fun, and I'll have to watch it another time.
What did you keep from that Masters? Do you have the putter, plaid pants? Do you have anything that you kept?
Well, I've obviously got the memories, and I've got the trophy that comes with it. But the one thing that I don't have, and it's the only golf club that I don't have of all the tournaments that I've won and major championships. There's one club I don't have, and that's putter.
Oh.
I think that one of my kids said, "Oh, it was in the golf room," and one of the kids would say, "Oh, Dad didn't use this thing anymore. You guys can have this."
Oh no!
And he did that. I think Steve did it. Steve did it with my White Fang putter, and somebody did it with the other one. I don't know which one. We've never found it. We did find the White Fang again, but we never found that one.
How much joy do you take out of when you did it, how you did it, at the age when they were starting to write you off?
I took a lot of joy out of it. I mean, it was. I didn't think I could do anything anymore, and I was, and I certainly didn't start the tournament very excitingly. I started with 74, and then I shot 71, and I shot 69, and I said, "Hey, I'm only got 8 guys in front of me and 4 shots behind." And then, I had Jackie on the bag, and my son Steve called me from Hattiesburg, where he was working in the golf tournament, and I said, "What do you think, Pops?" And I said, 66, 65, I think will win. He said, "That's the number I got in mind. Go shoot it." Well, anyway, it's sort of little things sort of added up. And when I got in I didn't start well on Sunday, but then all of a sudden I buried 9, 10, and 11, and I said, "Well, you never know." And so I got myself in contention, and I started believing in what I could do, and I remembered how to play, and I finished it off.
To have your son on the bag, though. I mean, I'm watching last night, and I just see you hug him, and your son even said, "Dad made it about me," and at that moment, which was really cool to see.
Well, to me, it was having your son on the bag and making the moment about you and your son. I think is, I hope that's what I'm about. And my son has always been an important part of my life. All my kids have been an important part of my life, as my grandkids are. And it's something that and sometimes during an event, I'm playing the event and I'm doing what I have to do. But at some point, it turns around and you want to share it with somebody, and my son was there, and that's who I shared it with.
He's Jack Nicklaus joining us on the program. I try to tell people about the sound that you have at Augusta. Like, you almost have sounds that for an eagle or a hole-in-one or a birdie, you can almost differentiate. But that Sunday in '86, everybody talked about the noise. Like, you heard noise where Seve Ballesteros was playing well. Tom Kite did something. But then there was a different roar when you were doing something. Can you put into words that sound that you have at Augusta when you've done something great?
Well, I think first of all you have to understand Augusta. The clubhouse sits on the top of the hill, and it's just one basic slope down a hill, and the all the sounds just seem to sort of vibrate and reverberate out of the trees and come up the hill, and so when you start to hear things, you understand what's going on, and you understand that you know about where people are, and all of a sudden you hear a sound, you say, okay, that's somebody just made a birdie down there, or somebody just made an eagle down there, and you sort of know who's in that area, and all of a sudden you say, Sevy has just done this, or Jack's just done this, or whatever it might be. It's different than any other place. I mean, most other places it doesn't seem to all come back to an area. At Augusta, it seems to. I think that's one of the magic parts about the place.
Is Augusta always going to be? I know they tried to jack-proof it and tiger-proof it, but is the course, no matter what technology is, going to be able to still hold its own?
Oh, this golf course will always hold its own, and I think it's a shame because I get on my soapbox about the golf ball, but the golf ball goes too far, and as a result, there's only one golf course in the United States, in my opinion, that's been able to keep up with it from a technological standpoint and can afford to do it, and that's Augusta National. Everybody else, every time you have an event, they're struggling to figure out how can they try to make the golf course so it will compete against everybody else. But Augusta's done a great job, and I go back and look at the golf course, and the clubs that the guys are playing are pretty much relative to what I played 25 years ago. Or 30 years ago, whatever it might be. They're playing those same clubs, but they've adjusted the tees and such to do it, and they've had the space to do it. 13th hole is one hole that they probably haven't gotten there because they can't, they're trying to buy part of Augusta Country Club so they can move a tee back. And because now they're just taking it over the top of the trees. There's the old story when I was a kid, but Sam Snead said, I used to drive it over those trees, and occasionally they all said, well, guy, how could you do that? I said, well, the trees were only, 20 feet tall. Now they're a couple hundred feet tall. But it's times change, and so those 200-foot tall trees now are, the guys driving right over the top of them and play 8s and 9 irons and wedges into the green.
What do you miss about competing?
Competing. That's exactly what I miss. I love competing. I don't care what it is, and golf was my vehicle to competition. And when I lost my vehicle, I just, it was sort of, I lost my ability to play the game of golf and compete. And so it's just, it's okay. We all do that. And I have everything I do in life. I mean, when I'm fishing, it's my competition against the fish. Or if I'm playing tennis, which I play a lot of tennis, I just, I know my expectations aren't real high, so that's okay. And but I compete at my level, and even today, if I do play golf, I play with some of my friends, and I'm about a 4 handicap now, Dan, and I've every once in a while I'll find a little lightning in a bottle and shoot a 72 or something, and destroy my handicap, but it's okay, and I get a big kick out of that.
Well, I don't know if you take that competition, that competitiveness, and you put it into business because you got Jack Nicklaus ice cream and you got Jack Nicklaus house wine. I mean, you got so many different things there. Are you as competitive in business as you were in golf?
Well, I try to be. I think it's, most people work all their life and they sort of burn themselves out in business-wise, and then they retire and they play a lot of golf. And I did exactly the opposite. I played golf all my life, and now I've retired from golf to play to work and do business, and frankly I'm young at business, so I'm still enthusiastic. I enjoy it. I enjoy the competition of it. I enjoy going out and going to new cultures around the world and doing golf courses in different places, or I do, like you mentioned, the ice cream. I mean, to go in and I'm going in and see a lot of CEOs of supermarkets and that kind of stuff, and doing things with people that I never would have done business with before. And frankly, it is a competition. It's a competition of how can I handle myself, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I thoroughly have fun. I'm having fun with it, and I'm here. I'm 76 years old, and I'm working as hard as I ever worked, and not because I have to, it's because I want to, because I love it.
I know that people have focused on 1986, and for good reason, but you also won twice when you were 40 years of age, and it made me wonder is there hope for Tiger at age 40? that he could still capture lightning in a bottle?
Well, I don't think Tiger needs to capture it in a bottle. I think Tiger will have plenty of lightning without the bottle. I think he's still a young guy physically. I know he's had some injuries, but I think he's. I sat next to him at the Champions Dinner last night, and we talked quite a bit. He seems to be really in good spirits. He seems in good health. He's not going to rush his return, and he's going to come back when he's ready to come back. But he thinks he'll play well, and I think he'll play well too. I think that maybe 10 years from now he'll have to find some lightning. But right now, I think he's still he'll be very competitive when he comes back.
How did Jordan Spieth do with his menu last night?
We had Texas barbecue last night, and it was excellent. The club did a great job of it, and Jordan was. He handled himself very well. I think he sort of was a little bit in awe of, I don't know how many of them were there, 30-some guys, 30 guys or so. And but as a 22 now?
Yeah.
I suppose that he handled himself very well. He's a nice young man, and he's going to win a lot more Masters. He's going to have a lot of fun here. Before
I let you go, did somebody have a bad menu? Can you remember down through the years that you just went, this isn't what I want. This isn't going to go well?
No, I don't think anybody's ever had a bad menu. I think the toughest one for most of us was Sandy Lyle's haggis, but we always had an alternate. But I think that I always got a big kick out of the menu when I first started in 1964. Bowman was the guy who was running the menus here, and Bowman came to me and he said, Mr. Nicklaus, he says, what would you like to have on the menu for your first dinner? And I said, well, whatever you suggest. I said, what do you think? He says, well, Mr. Roberts does like to have a salad with, then he'd like to have a steak. He likes a baked potato. He likes green beans. And he likes peaches for dessert, if that would be all right. And I said, well, if Mr. Roberts would like that, that's just fine with me.
So he planned your menu for you.
So he planned my menu for me, which was quite all right with me. Matter of fact, he planned every one of them.
Oh, he did? You didn't pick out anything?
No, I never picked out a menu. No, I was all he did was send me the check.
What would you have picked out? You're a steak and potatoes guy, aren't you?
Probably the same thing.
Yeah, that's
probably the same thing. I'm pretty simple food-wise.
It's great to talk to you. I hope you enjoy the '86 documentary. It was really well done, and hopefully it'll bring back a lot of great memories for you. And thanks for joining us this morning.
Okay, Dan. It's always nice to talk to you.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
That's Jack Nicklaus.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.